Tomorrow marks the end of an extension from the Secretary of State's office, allowing you to drive without a renewed license or tabs.
The problem is, though, some people can't get an appointment with the Secretary of State until December. So what to do? Our Andy Sadowski talked to the SOS and law enforcement to find out.
If your license, state ID, or tabs are out of date, the clock is ticking to get them renewed, September 30th to be exact.
And after that, the expectation is that people have their license and registration updated.
Tracy Wimmer, the media relations director for the Secretary of State's office, says renewing tabs is very easy.
You never need to get your tabs renewed in person, and that can be done by mail, that can be done online, and that can even be done at one of the 120 some self-service kiosks we have across the state.
Wimmer says those kiosks are often overlooked, but they're the quickest option for vehicle registrations.
If people are concerned about being pulled over, that is something you can get handled in 5 minutes. You can have them in your hand when you leave the store.
The big question right now, will you get a ticket if things aren't up to date?
Our officers will definitely use discretion on every traffic stop, whether it involves an expired driver's license or chauffeur's license or expired registration.
Sergeant Joy Matthews with the Kent County Sheriff's Office says they're aware of the backlog and limited hours at SOS branches due to the pandemic and will be keeping that in mind.
Our officers will not be targeting or looking for vehicles with expired registration or expired driver's license.
If you've renewed your tabs online or through the mail and still haven't gotten them back, there are a few things you should keep handy in your vehicle.
You should also have gotten a digital receipt if you did it by email. If you conducted it by mail and it's been withdrawn from your bank account, you can use, I'd say use that as well.
You can also show an appointment reminder from the SOS, proving you have a time on the books to get them renewed. But what if you need to renew your license in person and can't get an appointment until after September 30th?
Next day appointments open up every day at 8 a.m. and noon. So if you can check the website then, usually a couple will pop up for locations in your area. You can also always call 888-SOS-MICH, M-I-C-H.
The SOS is also holding appointment time slots specifically for these types of transactions from 4 to 7 p.m.
We realized that, there were probably more people who needed to be included in these special appointments. So we extended it to people who had expirations through October 31st as well.
And Annie says if you do happen to get a ticket for an expired registration or license, you can always appeal it in court.
So for help to finding a kiosk or to make a same-day appointment, you can head to michigan.gov/SOS. Just keep trying at different times of the day. You might get lucky.